to stories from Ashley's childhood. So, in summer of 2011, I spent the summer staying at my grandparents and worked my first job as a lifeguard, which sucked. I worked like 39 hours a week, and you couldn't hit 40, so they were like super freaked out about when you clocked in, when you clocked out. It was in the hot sun all day. You had like no water. It was brutal. But on my days off, obviously I was exhausted, so I'd be sleeping in. So one of these days off, it was raining, and Grandma and Grandpa had a log cabin at the time with the classic metal roof. And there's just no sleep like a sleep when the rain is hitting a metal roof. I was in the deepest sleep of my life until I heard Grandma start yelling. She's like, "Ashley, I didn't know you were home. You gotta come downstairs." I'm like, "What? Why? I was sleeping so good. Rain's so peaceful." So I get up and I trudge downstairs, and she's like, "We gotta get these puppies to the cellar." And I'm like, "Why? It's just raining." And she points at the TV, and like across the screen in big bold letters, it's like, "Seek shelter until further notice." And I'm like, no, alright. Literally nothing's happening outside. It's like not even sprinkling now. And so she steps out onto the porch and looks around, and she's like, "Well, I think it's past, but we should stay ready in case we need to run to the cellar." And I'm like, "What do you mean it's past?" She's like, "You didn't hear the wind howling?" I was like, "No, I didn't hear anything. I was sleeping." She was like, "It was so loud. I don't know how you didn't hear it." So we wait a little bit. I lay down on the couch and I'm drifting in and out. And finally the weatherman gives the all clear. So we start walking the property because, you know, they had a bunch of animals, so we had to make sure all the animals were okay. And as it turns out, that howling wind was a twister. And it tore through the neighbor's yard, through the fence, and as it hit the pond, it kind of dissipated, and then it built up power and touched down again on the other side of the property. And miraculously, the only damage to their property was the one patch of the fence and then Grandma's vines. It just like fully twisted. It's like the fan-shaped things that the vines grow up. Completely twisted. Like, I don't even, doesn't make sense how it happened, but it happened. All while I was sleeping. Which was honestly probably the best sleep of my life, if we're being honest here. Yeah, so if you're a heavy sleeper, like I am, maybe invest in one of those storm radios that alerts you if there's like a National Weather Service severe alert. But maybe not, because it also notifies you for thunderstorms and like... Anyway, so yeah. Also, if you're staying in a house where you guys have different schedules, because she worked in healthcare, like, we didn't have the same schedules at all, so maybe post a schedule saying, like, when people are supposed to be home, so that everyone's accounted for in case of an emergency, like a tornado, I guess. So yeah. Cheers.